I just have to tell you about this short sleeve linen shirt I got from Quince. I've been wearing it all summer, and everyone comments on it. Brick red, fits perfectly, and keeps me so cool in the summer heat. And the best part, it will literally never go out of style. I feel like when I'm shopping at Quince, it's all about quality over quantity. Perfect for business, travel, or just hanging out. Upgrade your everyday. Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers, or go to quince.com/randomhorror9. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada and the UK too. That's QUINCE.com/randomhorror9.
Late night bites with friends? Already hard to beat. That first too hot bite of fries you couldn't wait for, followed by ice cold Pepsi. Now that hits different. Suddenly, the energy kicks back in, the night goes longer, and the laughs don't stop. Because Pepsi brings out more flavor, more fun, and more of the moment. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi Zero Sugar today.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey Craner, and my friend Cecil Baldwin loves horror movies, and he's helping make this genre more approachable for me and hopefully for you too. One film at a time in a random order. Are you squeamish about horror? Don't worry, we'll tell you what happens. Adore horror movies? Well, great. Watch along with us each week. As always, check the show notes for content warnings about this week's episode discussion and film. This week we randomly rolled a 2 for Monster and a 4 for Wild Card. Here is episode 337.
Hot dog number generation. Podcast number 9.
This week on Random Number Generator, horror podcast number 9, Nightbreed, 1990. Warning! Spoilers ahead.
So baseball's never been at the top of my favorite sports, but I like it fine. As a kid growing up in football country, I was all about the Dallas Cowboys. I didn't really consider my local baseball club, the Texas Rangers, to be a real baseball club, so I just chose my favorite MLB team based on my favorite baseball cards, so I landed on the Boston Red Sox. Jim Rice, Wade Boggs, Roger Clemens, and maybe my favorite name of that era, Oil Can Boyd. I didn't really get into the Red Sox, though, until pitcher Pedro Martinez arrived in 1998. He was electric, both on and off the field. There was also Big Papi, Manny, Veritek, and of course, Noma. In August of 2003, I left Dallas and moved to Massachusetts, and I found myself in a dive bar on a Thursday night in October that year watching Game 7 of Red Sox-Yankees in the American League Championship Series. If the Sox won, that would be their first trip to the World Series since the heartbreaking loss to the Mets in '86. Boston was up 5-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Pedro had been pitching great, but he was starting to look a bit gassed, and manager Grady Little went to the mound. It was time to pull Pedro. That was the smart move. And Red Sox fans will tell you, in retrospect, that Grady fucked up leaving Pedro in for the 8th, but the smart move isn't the popular move. Shoulder to shoulder in this pub, we all roared approval when Skip left Pedro on the mound, and 3 Yankee runs later, the game was tied. Red Sox pitchers held their own, including knuckleballer Tim Wakefield, R.I.P., who was confounding hitter after hitter with the stankest balls you've ever seen. But then in the bottom of the 11th, New York manager Joe Torre went with a pinch hitter, and that hitter sailed a ball over the fence for a walk-off home run, and the Yankees win. And every Red Sox fan over the age of 35 will tell you exactly what they said at that very moment. Aaron fucking Boone. The bar I was at went dead silent. On to next year, as these poor folks had mumbled every October for 8 decades. It finally came around for Boston the next year. They beat the Yankees in one of the wildest comebacks in ALCS history and won their first World Series in 86 years. They'd go on to win 3 more over the next 15. Curse lifted. Great times. We can all resent Boston fans again. As glorious as that '04 World Series win was, it's funny, though, that I don't remember any specific things said at the bar when they clinched their title. I do remember Aaron fucking Boone, though. And goddamn it, it's 23 years later, and I'm watching Clive Barker's Nightbreed, and every time they say the protagonist's full name, I'm muttering about Aaron fucking Boone. We should have rested Pedro after 7. Hi, Cecil.
Hi, Jeffrey.
What's your afterlife emotional support animal?
Oh, like I get one animal to kind of like be my companion on the other side of life.
Yeah, and I think the good thing is that, like, it's afterlife, so you don't really have to, like, feed them or take care of them in the same way.
We have corporeal bodies, though, in the afterlife?
Sure. I mean, I'm kind of going with the Nightbreed thing. That one guy has a support Boston Terrier, so...
Okay. Well, I mean, I was kind of down with the dude who had the necklace made of rat heads.
Oh, that's good.
And honestly, like, a rat would be not a bad little companion.
Yeah.
They're smart. They're clever. You know, they're furry, they're affectionate.
I do like a rat. Rats are very cute. Like a domesticated rat. Like New York City pizza rats I'm not as into.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But I don't know. If it's the afterlife, they can't really kill you with sepsis or anything, so...
Yeah, like, and you don't have bodies, so, like, I don't know, like a manta ray would be pretty dope.
Oh, that's fun. So you could be like Aquaman of afterlife.
But it would be like just, you know, floating around everywhere.
I like that. That's really cool.
It'd be like if you had a magic carpet as a pet.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think I would want something kind of cuddly, like kind of going with a few weeks back. We kind of talked about what zoo animal you would be, and like red panda was a good one.
Yeah.
And so like there's something about an afterlife support animal, something that just wants to hang off of you would be really fun. So I might go with like koala. That would be really cool.
Nice. Yeah. See, I'm like transportation.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, you know what? Like a giant cheetah that could support my ghost weight would be really cool. Yeah, or, tiger. Absolutely a tiger.
Tiger? Who wouldn't want to ride a tiger?
Yeah, He-Man all the way, baby.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I asked this question that I thought was pretty thought-provoking back when we covered The Wizard of Oz that nobody had ever really thought of when they talked about that old movie, which was, is there a queer read on that film? And I'm going to ask it here. Is there a queer read on Nightbreed? Cecil?
Baby.
I have to tell you, this movie came out in 1990, and right before every recording, I go just do a Google image search for the name of the film and the year, and then I just find a background image to use for for Zoom. Anyways, in searching Nightbreed, I found so much fan art. Like it felt like mid 2010s Tumblr movie.
Okay.
Like it felt like I searched Pacific Rim is what it felt like I searched for.
Well, there was a Nightbreed comic series.
Oh, that would help explain that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, which I've not read. I've also not read Cabal. I think I've only ever read like one Clive Barker. Imagica, I think was the name of it. And Lord, I could not tell you what happened in that book.
Probably magic.
It's maybe like Land of Magic.
Okay.
But also a house or something. I don't fucking know.
Sure.
Clive Barker, here's the thing. Much like this movie, I want to like Clive Barker's writing more than I do.
There's a lot happening. I've tried to read Clive Barker before, and I appreciate the greatness, but I also found myself constantly sort of drifting in the writing.
It's very rococo.
Yeah, that's a great way of describing it. It's not very Stephen King.
Lots of twists and curls and fripperies and bipperies and I'm left myself wondering, what is the structure that we're actually resting all of this on? But I will say regarding this movie and your question, I appreciate this movie as a queer person for its flaws, because this is very clearly a movie made by a very fucking gay man, and then it just got like ripped to shreds by the producers. Like they straightened it the fuck out as much as they could, and what we're left with is sort of neither fish nor fowl. Like there's glimmers of the queerness, but it seems heavy-handed because the producers have been like, oh my God, what are you talking about? These monsters are the good guys? In 1990, we can't have that. So they kind of like fucked with it so much that like you can see the intent of the movie underneath it, but it's a little messy.
Yeah, I absolutely get that. The movie is very messy, but I think in the most Tony Kushner sort of way, I really appreciated all of the bullshit that's happening in this movie.
Sure.
I mean, I don't appreciate every single bit of it, but I appreciate all of it as a whole.
This to me, like upon watching this, I was like, this might be one of the pinnacles of practical effects movie monster makeup.
Oh, it's a practical effects parade. It's so much fun.
Like almost too much. Mm-hmm. Like you're at the the buffet in Las Vegas where you're like, this motherfucker is like 3 city blocks long. I can't get to everything. So I'm just sort of looking at food going, oh my God, I must remember to come back to that one. But then 5 dishes later, you've forgotten about it.
Yeah, don't fill up on chips.
So it's like this movie is just like an embarrassment of riches of practical makeup, like SFX.
Yeah.
But you only see them for like a half a second.
We don't get a whole lot in terms of longevity of any one thing, but we do get to see so many different monsters, and I think it helps fill out the universe of the Nightbreed, of the graveyard dwellers in Banff National Park in Canada.
Is that a place that? Like,
yeah, well, it seems
to be in California, right?
No, because they keep referencing Calgary and Edmonton.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah, so they reference those going between those 2 cities.
Okay.
Unless there's a Calgary and Edmonton in California, because they don't really. There's nothing really inherently Canadian about this movie, other than David Cronenberg plays an antagonist.
Yes, of course.
And that, it seems to imply that wherever this Nightbreed, what's it called, Midian, exists somewhere in Banff. Yeah, but I love the monster stuff that's happening in this movie. I love the fact that we get David Cronenberg in a big acting role.
Right?
It's
what?
Wonderful. And he gets to play a masked murderer, evil psychiatrist type.
Yeah. Like you can tell it's very like he's playing on the dark side of the egomaniacal director.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
You know, the director as manipulator. You know, I'm just going to take this group of actors and I'm going to make them take LSD.
Yep.
And then I'm going to kill a bunch of people and I'm going to blame it on the actors.
Perfect. We also get, and I think my favorite part of this movie is we get a return to our podcast, Cecil, of Craig Sheffer.
Wait.
He plays Aaron fucking Boone.
Wait, who is Craig Sheffer? How do we know him? How do we know him?
From Voyage of the Rock Aliens.
Whoa, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So yeah, Craig Sheffer is definitely into weird fucking 80s shit.
He's so handsome in this movie.
He really is.
He is like handsome like a gay man cast this movie. Handsome. Mm-hmm. You know, as opposed to like, you know, like the difference between like the male gaze of the straights and the male gaze of the gays is kind of different.
I see that. I absolutely see that. He is absent a lot of the behavioral tics of a male lead in this movie. You know, a lot of his quest is actually inverted. It's introverted quest, even though he is seeking answers. He is seeking Midian. He has been called by Midian through his dreams. But I do think it's an inward exploration. And even when we see him at his manly job of laying pipe or whatever he does for a living. There's not that kind of inherent sexism, especially that comes in like 80s male protagonists. Okay, so we're gonna open on ancient cave paintings. It's just cave paintings, which is fun because this is going to be what turns around at the end to explain the prophecy brought by Baphomet.
I love a cave painting or a wall of ancient art that is pictographically a cheat sheet to what the fuck is going on in a movie. Like we have explained this, like we have just written the comic book up on the wall.
And it serves the place of we don't have children in this movie, so this is our children's drawing for this movie. Yeah. We've got snakes, and there's a tarantula, and I had not checked the cast before, so I was really excited to see David Cronenberg right away in the cast list.
So funny.
And Danny Elfman music.
Actually, that is my original introduction to this movie. Because long before I saw this movie, actually, I think one of the first cassette tapes I ever bought was The Best of Danny Elfman.
Okay.
And you're like, Batman, know it, love it. There's like a couple heavy hitters on there. But Nightbreed was the movie that I had never even heard of. I was in like middle school. And I was fascinated by this like snippet of the music.
I don't recall much of the music in this movie. It didn't stand out to me one way or the other. Like I kind of instantly forgot that Danny Elfman was in charge of the music for the film.
It's a lot of like tribal drumming.
Yes, I do remember the tribal drumming, which almost seems actually diegetic, right? Like within the scene of the chasing and the people underground, the painted faces drumming the rocks. Well, we're going to open with this kind of like chase sequence through a graveyard. This is going to be Aaron fucking Boone's nightmare of Midian. But we've got this like moon-faced monster, Mac Tonight from the McDonald's ads.
Yes, absolutely.
We've got
but Mac the Knight's like stoner brother.
Mm-hmm. Some kind of goat monster. Oh, we have Cenobite Grisabella.
Yeah.
Chasing through, and then whoever's being chased kind of gets out of the gate at the last second, but then we open up on Aaron fucking Boone in his bed and his girlfriend Lori with him, and it's all a nightmare. And she wants to say, you know what? Let's get away from work for a few days. Let's get away from nightmares. Let's go up to Calgary. Yeah. Let's go hang out. Yeah, why not?
Hang out in the big city.
Let's go to the Stampede, and let's go watch a Flames game. It'll be great.
Yeah. We can go to Filthy McNasty's. Mm-hmm. Or no, that was Edmonton. Sorry.
Is Edmonton Filthy McNasty?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. We have Aaron and Lori. And also, Aaron mentions that, Decker's been calling. And Lori's like, oh, you should go see your therapist again. He was really helpful for you.
Yeah.
Aaron's like, yeah, kinda. I mean, except for the bad dreams, which are getting better, most of the problems are gone, right?
This is a very, I think, kind of already we're in these sort of like, not like queer undertones, but like the idea of the person that's supposed to be helping you, there's something about that person that you don't trust. Like they don't have your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
And in 1990, we're still in the land where they're like, well, if you just look at some boobs really closely, I'm sure you can get there.
Yeah. Well, Decker gets him on the phone. Decker calls and he catches Aaron at home, and Decker immediately, upon just seeing him and hearing his voice for the first time, you're like, oh yeah, he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to see you. Where are you going? I don't think that you're fine at all, Aaron. In fact, come see me tomorrow. Don't let me down.
Oh my God. Don't let me down.
Ew.
Girl, I don't see a ring on this finger.
You're my therapist. You're not my boyfriend. Jesus Christ. After he gets off the phone, he just kind of says into his open Pulp Fiction briefcase, God help us both. All right, so now we're going to cut to some other random mom and dad, and their little boy has gone up to bed, and mom and dad are going to be all flirty on the couch. It's movie night.
Yeah.
Let's just make a frozen dinner and cuddle and flirt and watch a little film. But their little son is like, Mom, I'm having dreams of the bad man again.
Uh-oh.
And the bad man is present in the house, and he is wearing a silver gimp mask to bring it back to Pulp Fiction.
It's kind of iconic, though.
Yeah. It's a great mask.
It's very, this character very much reminds me of Scarecrow from Batman.
Of course, yeah.
A twisted psychiatrist who, uses a mask to reveal the truth that he's a fucking dick. But like it's like the slanted mouth that's a zipper, the button eyes, which, you know, is kind of proto Tim Burton here.
Yeah, there's a man who is too long and eyes that are too small. Those are kind of in the same ballpark of shit that's weird. Mouth that is lopsided. Those are pretty standard horror visuals.
But it's like that contrasted with the fact that he's wearing a very elegant suit. Mm-hmm. So it conveys money, power, establishment turned wrong. And he kills with a Lister knife, which is the Jack the Ripper knife.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I didn't know the specific terminology.
It was like a medical knife, which is why a lot of people have, you know, put forward the idea that Jack the Ripper must have been an not aristocratic, but like doctor to the aristocracy or the rich. Okay.
Interesting. Well, he gets mom at the freezer. He gets dad on the couch. And then the last thing, we just see him encroaching on little boy at the top of the stairs. And now we're at our meeting with Decker.
How would you describe Dr. Philip K. Decker's like bedside manner? Do psychiatrists have bedside manners? I don't know. Couchside manner?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it is like a still photo would not capture this aggressiveness, but it's aggressive. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's calmly aggressive. He's controlling. And also like he's imposing ideas onto Aaron. Like Aaron clearly has never seen another therapist because he would know this is not how you do this. Which is to keep insinuating shit. It reminded me of the infamous book Michelle Remembers, which is kind of like one of the kind of setting off the satanic panic or catalyzing the satanic panic. But it was the guy who wrote it was a psychiatrist who had this patient, Michelle, who suddenly had recovered memories of growing up in a satanic cult. But when you look closely at what was happening in that era of recovered memories were really popular, you had psychiatrists in the 70s and 80s being like, do you remember this happened? And just saying an idea. Oh, wow. And when people are emotionally vulnerable in a situation like that, they're like, of course. Oh, yeah, now that you say it, I do remember my father ran a satanic cult and abused me. And that shit can get out of hand real quick, especially when you're dealing with kids. And here, dealing with Aaron, he's like, well, you know, you have all these things about this place, Midian, but, you know, monsters aren't real, but murder certainly is. And it starts in the mind, doesn't it, Aaron? It really does kind of like those things get in your head and make you kind of act out and then not remember it, right?
Huh?
Really? Okay, Doc.
I came in for nightmares.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I killed a family of 3 in the suburbs.
Yeah, in fact, you've killed 6 families in 10 months. Here, I have photos of the murders. And
he has the fucking photos.
The access this doctor has with the cops is unfucking believable.
Wild, right?
Fully believable, but just shocking nonetheless.
But I think that like that's part of the grand theme we're working with is like outsiders generally just want to be left the fuck alone. Mm-hmm. They're not just outsiders because they're outside, but they're doing their own thing. And it's people on the inside who are supposedly the truth, justice, and the American way, or in this case, the Canadian way. They're all kind of leaning on each other, and they're all kind of corrupt.
So he says, you know, that the police are really interested in this case, and because I know all this, you know, they're going to be looking for you. Here's the thing. Just go to the police. You got to turn yourself in 24 hours, and they'll help you. They'll totally help you.
Yeah.
And here's some some pills to calm you
like
down.
Lithium. Yeah.
Yeah, lithium. That's what it. Yeah. Here's some lithium.
But I think it's LSD.
It's LSD, and this dude trips balls and walks in front of a semi-truck.
Sure. Now, this is actually, I don't know. My high school drug dealer would have words about this. Because upon taking LSD for the first time, I was like, okay, what can I expect? And she said, you may see things that are not there. but you will never not see something that is there.
Oh,
So
interesting.
The
Yeah.
lamppost might look like a fish, but you'll still see it. It might look weird and crazy, but you're never going to like not see something coming and step into a manhole cover or whatever.
So if you see a diesel coming at you on an LSD trip, you're going to be like, I should get out of the way of...
Yeah, like I might be seeing Santa's sleigh, but it's very large and terrifying, but I see it.
Okay, so before he fully loses his mind, we do get a shot of Laurie as a singer at a nightclub.
Oh my God.
And I just wrote down one question because the audience is clapping along to her song. And I just wrote, what beat does the audience hear?
Is that the 1 and the 2.5?
Yeah.
On the 1s and the 2s and the halves.
Yeah. On the 7/18ths and the 4 and 3/32.
Yep. The whitest time signature. But it's like kind of like a weirdly like country juke joint kind of song.
Yeah, it's like I said, nothing in this movie is very Canadian, but this Roadhouse feels very Canadian to me. There's something about this that feels very Alberta, which is Canadian Texas, I think. So he goes to the hospital. He'd been on a bad trip. The surgeon there, the doctor there, is essentially like, yeah, you had LSD, my boy. You did not have lithium. And my thought was, okay, doc, my question to you is, shouldn't you ask deeper questions of, wait, did you say you got this from a medical professional? Right? Can you tell me who gave you this?
Yeah.
Because they gave you LSD and not lithium. Again, to speak to your point of outsiders not trusting the system, because there's already a prejudgment by the system of who you, well, clearly you're like a young dude who's a druggie.
Like, look at you with your, all this, and look at me with all of, all this. Is kind of literally the reasoning sometimes. Yeah.
So he's going to stay in the hospital and he gets introduced to... Is this I didn't catch names. This movie isn't great about giving us names. Is his name Narcisse?
No. Narcisse, which actually is named that because that is, I might fuck this up, is the historically factual only person who has ever kind of been proven to be a true voodoo hoodoo zombie.
Oh, I see. Okay. Interesting.
That's the sort of the basis of the name, and we're gonna get into some themes of resurrection in this film. So it's a loose little thread there.
Interesting. Well, this man who is sharing an ICU, whatever unit with Aaron, he's already tripping. He's at the window being like, take me to Midian. Midian, come get me. Aaron says, what do you know about Midian?
What do you know about Midian?
Oh, you know what? The fact that you know about Midian means you're going to lead me there. In fact, I got to prove it to you. Here, let me cut my own face off.
Whoa. Okay.
Which he actually cuts everything but his face off.
Yeah, that's true. He's kind of going for just the fronty bits.
Yeah. He basically does what would be described as like the hoodie scalp, right? Like it's the whole top of the head down the back and the neck. So it just leaves his little face like he's got a hoodie on. Yeah. Just tied it like Kenny from South Park.
Yeah, there you go. But, without skin.
Without just the face skin. Yeah, this guy reads super crazy, right? For obvious behavioral things. But, Aaron is obviously freaking out, and this is when the inspector, who I had to look up his name, Detective Joyce, and Decker show up, and there's chaos in the hospital, and Aaron manages to escape during all of this. But it is Decker that says, hey, before you go in there, Inspector, let me just go interview this guy myself. Because,
why?
Boone is kind of like a Manson type. He convinces people to do crazy things. And I kind of know his language. And again, Detective Joyce, why don't you say, absolutely, you can lead. I will come in there with you. And you just tell me.
You be good cop. I'll be quiet cop.
But Aaron decides, you know what? I gotta go find Midian. And apparently Narcisse knew where Midian was, but had to be led. Like, you have to be, we get a little bit of rules there. He's like, they have to take you in.
Yeah. There's like an initiation or a recognition of the potential to find Midian.
It's not an open, it's an invitational.
But you're not quite sure where it's going to come from or who or how or.
Yeah. You got to wait on the golden ticket sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron goes to Midian out in the middle of Alberta.
He just finds it.
He's out there in the daytime, so it just looks like a ragged old graveyard. But the sun's going down, so you know what that means. Time for a nap.
Yeah, sure. Like, you're in the middle of nowhere.
Why not?
It's quiet. Yeah. It's quiet. I like the design of the graveyard as this sort of like necropolis. Like, it's like a true city of the dead, which I think is a great idea, especially because once we learn, I think it's hilarious that the cops have to be told, they're like, wait, there's things underground? Like, it's underground? You're like, yeah, a lot of cemeteries are underground.
Yeah.
But they're just so incredulous. They're like, nothing's out there. It's just a cemetery. They're like, nope, under the cemetery, there's a whole world.
A very special world.
Yeah.
Almost like a club. So Aaron gets woken up, not by monsters grabbing him, but by a Boston Terrier licking his face, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And here's our shirtless guy with tattoos who comes to claim his little support animal.
Yeah.
But then Moonhead and Redhead, whatever.
It's like kind of Predator, dreadlock-y.
Yeah.
Like porcupine pincushion hair.
Yeah. Vaguely creature from the Black Lagoon shaped head, but human face.
Right?
Yeah. Something. I don't know what his fucking name is. Again, not great at names here.
You're just being like, you're just walking through an endless buffet of monsters.
Yeah.
And you're like, I need to go back and get the lobster guy.
Well, Red Predator is definitely he is the aggressor. Like, his personality is, eat first, ask questions later. And Moonface is more of your orderly type. He's the one who kind of knows the protocol and the rules, and I think is a little bit more lawful good. Sadly, Aaron learns from the redhead, from Red Predator. He's like, no, you're not Nightbreed. Oh. You are meat.
Oh, yeah. Hot.
And Aaron's like, no, I murdered people.
I killed all these people. And they're like, who told you that? You're meat.
I laughed so hard when, not that hard, but I laughed when he says, I'm a murderer, and Red Predator is like, who told you that? And I'm like, well, that's interesting that you phrase it that way, because if somebody says, I murdered someone, and you didn't believe them, you wouldn't say, who told you that?
I think again, it's like this sort of they're the children of the moon. Mm-hmm. It's all intuition with these people.
Well, Red Predator wants to eat him.
Sure.
And Moonface says, no, no, you can't. It's against the rules. He's like, no, fuck the rules. So it's a big chase. He does manage to get one bite in on Aaron, but Aaron fights him off, runs, and gets out of the gate. And then the monsters all run away from the gate because, as they say, they smell something natural.
Oh.
I love this as the insult for non-Nightbreed.
Yeah.
You're a natural. Naturals.
Mm-hmm.
There's a moment which I found interesting because this word has such a different meaning than maybe in 1990, but I feel like it existed then too, which is when Dr. Decker refers to families he's been murdering as breeders.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like a very Cronenbergian thing to say something like that.
Yeah.
But breeder is definitely feels very much like inside gay community language for straight people.
But it's kind of that era, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think, it's around the 90s when, you're at the gay club and you're like, oh, is your friend a breeder?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I feel like I was hearing this in college, definitely in the 90s.
Yeah. We should bring it back.
While Aaron's outside of this gate, the cops pull up. And they're like, oh, you're under arrest, my dude.
Because Decker got it out of what's his nut before he died, right? Like that must be...
He basically went in, probably killed Narcisse, and then said, yeah, he confessed to everything that Boone has been murdering these people. And
of course.
Ultimately, what he's doing here, this scene is, just from a writing standpoint, this is so stupid. Like, this makes no sense at all. But Decker gets close to Aaron and says, hey, listen, I've explained everything to them. They're not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Turns back to the cops and goes, he's got a gun. And they mow his ass down. And Detective Joyce, standing over Aaron's dead body, is like, where's the gun? I don't know. It's in his jacket, man. I don't
It's something. I don't know.
fucking know. You're
Maybe
a
it's
cop.
a cell phone.
You figure it
Who knows?
out.
Yeah.
The cell phone. Just the big brick.
Yeah, like the brick phone.
But at the morgue, he done escape, Cecil.
He doesn't stay dead for very long.
No, he gets a
But
little
he stays pretty. And really, that's the most important thing.
He does. Like, thank God Red Predator didn't bite his face. He just bit his shoulder bone. What do you call that?
Or,
collarbone.
When he was riddled with bullets.
True. Yeah, they just...
They kept that pretty moneymaker face intact.
After Aaron gets out, we see a shot of Decker in his office, which is a long dining table filled with knives.
It's like knives and masks and art made by Lydia Dietz from Beetlejuice. Like, isn't that the kind of the aesthetic we're going for here?
It 100% is, yes. And he gets really mad because he's listening to old tapes from Aaron, where Aaron says, in his dreams, if, in Midian, I live forever. And so Decker knows at this point, shit, he got into Midian. I have a question for you, Cecil. What's Decker's motive through all of this?
Oh, that's a good.
Is he just a serial killer, and then he just took a special interest in Aaron as the person who would take the blame for all of his murders?
I think that's it. I think I don't think Decker gives two shits about Midian. Like, that's not his thing. He wants to look profesh on the outside and then go on killing sprees at night. Some dude walks in, some really gullible pretty boy walks into his office and he's like, oh, I can use this.
Yeah.
As a tool to continue to murder within the system, to murder the system from within the system. Mm-hmm. But I think he's kind of becomes intrigued by this idea of Midian. But he, as he says, like literally he gives his sort of villain speech later. He's like, oh yeah, no, I'm going to kill them all. Like, I'm here to destroy Midian.
Right. It is the thing where he has one single kind of simple mission just to be a killer and frame this guy. But when it gets out of hand, then it just becomes like, I don't care anymore. Burn it all down. I just want this man dead.
Yeah.
Like
then he starts killing cops. He's killing cops. He's,
Yeah.
I think he even refers to himself as Death.
Yes.
Which, come on, dude. Whoa now.
He's got a good death mask. I like his mask. He's got that costume element.
But the thing about death is that it cannot die.
That's true. Well, Lori goes up to find Midian, which I guess she learned from Aaron's journals.
Gossip around the hospital?
Sure. And she meets Cheryl Ann. I love Cheryl Ann. She goes to this roadhouse, and while Lori's in the bathroom, Cheryl Ann comes up to her, and Lori's crying. Cheryl says, what is it, men or money? She's like, man. Oh, did he leave or come back? She said he came back. Oh, that's even worse than him leaving.
Oh, my God. Yes. Yes. Snaps for the witty dialogue here.
So funny. She's like, oh, girl, let's have a drink. She even offers to let, to go with Lori up there to visit, which is very sweet. It also lets us know as horror movie watchers that this woman is she's going to get fucked over pretty bad.
Yeah.
While she's at the bar, in fact, they hide it from us, but after Lori leaves the bar that night, the bartender says, oh, that man over at table 3 bought you this drink. She's like, well, I'll go see this very nice man named Curtis.
Oh.
Let's go to Midian, where Aaron is getting initiated. We find that Narcisse is there. He made it to Midian, Cecil.
Oh, yeah.
That's so nice. And then we meet the boss, Lylesburg, which it's so good. The boss of the underworld, Lylesburg.
But he kind of looks like an Ewok.
No, this is the stringy gray-haired guy with gills on his cheek.
He's he's like sort of priestly.
Yeah. Furby.
He kind of looks like a Furby, right?
I couldn't. Oh, hold on. I gotta.
Is it? I know, because I'm looking at the cast of actors, and I don't know who any of because they never say their names.
No.
And I can't recognize them out of their makeup because the makeup is so good.
Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't get Furby. I got a little bit Jesus off of him.
Yeah,
because he's got the just gray beard and stuff, and then also. He's got those gills that later open up and I think reveal eyes, but they're always kind of like streaming blood, so it's a little bit like crying tears sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. But he's the head priest around here.
Yes. We've also got Cenobite Grisabella.
Yep.
Who Aaron was
Porcupine Grisabella.
Yeah, Porcupine Grisabella. And Aaron says, I dreamt her. And she turns to one of the other Nightbreed and goes, I dreamt him.
Oh.
Okay. Moonface is going to be Aaron's advocate.
Okay.
Here at Afterlife AA. And, we're told you leave the natural world behind. Mm-hmm. Are you prepared to be judged by our God? Yeah. And Lylesburg heals his wounds with an electric touch. And he says, the tribes of the moon embrace you.
I think he has officially drunk the Kool-Aid at this point. He's drinking the Kool-Aid.
There's also the funny moment where Narcisse, during the very sincere ceremony, tries to strike a match on the rock to light a cigarette. It just stops everything down. He's like, sorry.
He's kind of like, it's a great character because he's the like Brooklyn cab driver. Stuck into a world of very, he thinks Midian is going to be one thing. And then he gets there and it's like, embraces him. But he's literally the devil's advocate for this place. He's like, oh, irreverent. I'm an irreverent comedian.
Starting or growing your own business can be intimidating and lonely at times. Your to-do list may feel endless with new tasks, and lists can easily begin to overrun your life. So finding the right tool that not only helps you out, but simplifies everything as a built-in business partner can be a game changer. For millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names like Gymshark, Rare Beauty, and Heinz, to brands just getting started. Shopify has hundreds of ready-to-use templates that can help you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand's style. And you can tackle all the important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. No need to save multiple websites or try to figure out what platform is hosting the tool that you need. And if people haven't heard about your brand, you can get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you, with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns to reach customers wherever they're scrolling or strolling. Start your business today with the industry's best business partner, Shopify, and start hearing Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. That's shopify.com/realm.
The perfect lunch combo. That first bite of your favorite sub, followed by ice-cold Pepsi. Add a couple of friends, and now that's next level. Suddenly, the laughs get louder, the stories keep flowing, and the food tastes better. Because Pepsi brings out more flavor, more fun, and more of the moment. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi Zero Sugar today.
Okay, so Cheryl Ann and Lori are going to drive out that next day after Cheryl Ann is drinking raw eggs and Worcestershire sauce as the hangover cure.
Sure.
Okay.
Only in movies.
Thank God.
Maybe some of you out there did that. Maybe you were raised by Joan Crawford. I don't know.
You know what's great is the person who figured out, you know what? I can just drink my kid's Pedialyte and I'm going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's just pure, it's just concentrated Gatorade. It's going to be awesome for you. So they drive out there, and Cheryl Ann's like, you know what? I'll just wait by the car while you go into that abandoned old graveyard thing.
Yeah.
Then this like classic 50s Cadillac pulls up, and she's like, oh, hey, Curtis.
Hey,
what are you doing
Curtis.
here? And Curtis is Philip K. Decker.
Whoa. Who knew?
But Lori doesn't see what happens out there. She is inside this graveyard, and she finds Dobby from Harry Potter.
She finds Mac and me.
She does. That's even better. She finds Mac and me dying on a rock.
Like, kind of like, it's giving like fetal kitten.
Yeah.
You know? But it's like trapped in the shadow. Like the sun's burning its sad little sphinx paws.
And then she hears a woman's voice being like, bring her. Please bring her to me. Just pick her up. Pick her up. She's gonna be fine. Just pick up the child and bring her. And Lori does. And inside the cave, out away from the sun, the creature turns back into a little girl.
Cute.
Oh, it is very cute. I wrote that girl's name down, but I've already lost it. I don't know where I did that. But we have a little girl, but this woman is Rachel.
Oh, is it Babette? There's a Babette in here somewhere.
Babette is the little girl. You're right. But Lylesburg shows up and he's like, Rachel, you've said too much already. Stop telling her about what's going on. And Lori just says, listen, I saved a kid. Don't you owe me something? I'm looking for Aaron fucking Boone.
I declare my boon. You owe me one boon.
But they just are like, nope. And they clear out downstairs, but she follows them past the snakes down the stairs. And she gets attacked by Red Predator.
Yeah.
Who as she runs away, he screams back at her. Do you remember what he screams back at her, Cecil?
God, no, I don't.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Oh, that's right. There's a couple of one-liners that are, oof, groaners. Mm-hmm. Like I think there's a "There Goes the Neighborhood" at one point.
Oh my God.
Sailors.
Yeah, it's all a bit silly. Outside, she gets back to the car, but there is a blood splattered across the car window. Cheryl's clothes are just like folded up on the hood, and she finds Cheryl nailed or strapped to a tree.
You know what? Serial killers really love artistically pleasing body art. They really do. You know, I think the reason I had always thought this movie took place in California is because this, to me, like with whatever that serial killer that ran up and down the coast of Southern California, Northern California, in sort of rural areas, picking on, college girls. So like it's like an indelible kind of like California serial killer thing to me.
I was just seeing if it says anywhere where the film was shot
in Canada. Every film was shot in Canada.
A lot of it was shot in at Pinewood Studios in Berkshire, UK.
Okay, so
and
that's
several
probably
nights,
Midian.
and several nights in Calgary,
Okay, yeah.
Alberta. All right. Well, she dead, but Lori's about to be dead number 2 because there's Decker in his killer mask and his Jack the Ripper knife.
Yeah.
But he tells her, I'm going to kill you, and hopefully your death will bring Boone out of hiding. Mm-hmm. And she gets her ass back into Midian. And Aaron is there to protect her from the other Nightbreed, which causes a stir because Lylesburg's like, you made an oath.
Yeah.
She's a
We're
natural.
your new friends. We're your friends now. She went to your old school.
Stop gentrification of the underworld. And he's like, but I love her. And he's like, you can't. That's not how this works.
No, you've got to take a eel bride or one of the women dancing around the dude feeding the eel or something.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to go get Axolotl Grisabella over there.
Yeah.
And that's your girlfriend.
That's the one who
She's
dreamt
sweet
about
on you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's connection.
Mm-hmm. So there's also reference to the fact that there are monsters called berserkers in this place, which I get that we don't get a lot of them in this movie. They come back later, but like there's not a lot of backstory, but I presume they're more like crazy monsters in the underworld, but aren't necessarily undead like these people are.
I don't know.
Are they just super powered undead?
I think they're like, we had the denizen. Okay, so who are the Nightbreed? A friendly field guide.
Great question.
To the Nightbreed. Clearly, there's a caste system here. You've got a priest caste. You've got sort of an administrative caste. Mm-hmm. You've got red predator kind of acts as like a cop. You've got like a defensive arm of the of society. Mm-hmm. But then you also have like the ones that don't really do anything productive, but they're part of your society. So really you can just sort of like lock them away. Mm-hmm. And that's who the berserkers are. So they're, if all these creatures are sort of creatures of legend, which they say they're like, we have shapeshifters. We've got people who make love to eels. I don't know whatever myth that is.
The eel fuckers. Yeah.
Yeah. The legend of the eel fuckers. Then you also have like true monsters that, don't have speech. They don't, they're your minotaur kind of thing where they, they're really just kind of agents of chaos. You don't know what to do with them. So you just sort of like lock them in the temple.
Right. So there's chaos here because now the other Nightbreed want Lori, and he's trying to save Lori, but then Decker makes it inside this place. Yeah. And Decker manages to stab Aaron, like right in the chest, but it doesn't work. And Decker's running away, and Boone tries to catch him. However, because Narcisse and some other Nightbreed are all up in Lori's business, he's like, nah.
Who, by the way, has like dressed up his cat-faced friend in a white t-shirt. So he like lures her in.
Oh, that's right.
Because she's having the like, let's explore, like, oh, Midian is such a wild place. Let's look in here. Oh, no, that's not it. No, that's a woman with very large, all pupil eyes. Let's look down here. But she sees sort of a male figure wearing a white t-shirt. She's like, Boone? Again, the horror trope of, if I call out your name 3 times and you don't answer back, you're a monster. You're a ghost.
Yeah.
Jeffrey?
Or you're dead.
Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Jeffrey? I'm not chasing you any further than that.
Stop playing around.
Yeah, stop playing around, guys. But it turns out to be a cat face. But like a beady-eyed cat-faced greaser dude?
Yeah, he's a little greaser. Yeah. So Lylesburg gives Boone a dressing down, essentially being like, you put all of us in danger for the love of a woman, for a natural. He's like, we have laws for a reason. Our
because
God.
that dude.
Yeah.
Well, that dude is going to bring all of polite society down upon our heads.
Yeah. And, you've made our God, Timothy Baphomet, very upset.
My God. The Baphomet, okay. This is one of those things that I'm like, I think this would have been awesome in a book.
Uh-huh.
But in real life, I don't necessarily know what I'm looking at here.
It's convoluted, the statue of Baphomet.
Is it a statue?
Oh, I don't know. It looks a little bit like driftwood art painted black.
Yeah. But then also has kind of a like sci-fi element. Like I see it as very like sci-fi rather than old world.
Yeah.
Because it has like it's plugged in to something.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of missing part of its like the sort of black onyx body. And so replacement body parts like a cyborg made out of, I don't fucking know, cobwebs and jizz have been created to be like part of the torso and an arm and half a leg.
I just was cobwebs and jizz. My mind immediately went to go to like snips and snails and puppy dog tails. That's what little boys are. Cobwebs and jizz. That's what Nightbreed are made of.
No, that's the name of my ska album.
Okay, so Decker is going to stop at an auto shop, gas station sort of place on his way out of town.
It's kind of like a reverse Harbinger. Go with me.
I like that, yeah.
Because this dude, I also think that the crafting of this little section is kind of interesting. So you've got the bad guy, who we know is a psycho killer, goes to the only person who lives within a 50-mile radius of the town that isn't a town, the town that's just a cemetery. So normally, this would be don't you go up there, you kids, there's evil up there. And on the surface, he presents as that.
Yeah.
He's the oh yeah, you don't need to, stay away from bad things happen in Midian. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
But now both roles are reversed. So like the good guy who's really a bad guy is interrogating the bad guy who's really a good guy to get information about where the monsters live, because the Harbinger wanted to be a monster once upon a time. And you only know this because as the camera sort of pans around his surroundings, you read the context clues that this guy really loves outsider art and has decorated his rather ramshackle, Phillips 66 with too many baby heads.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't love about this scene, because Decker gets our gas station owner tied up and interrogates him, and so he can get info about them. The only real thing that we learn here, though, is that this man wanted to be one of them, but never was, and now he's a little bit of kind of acts as a gatekeeper. It's a little bit kind of like a super fan becoming of a mod on a fan channel or something. You know what I mean?
He's a wannabe.
And he, which is great. Like, I love that he finds his role in this realm. But the thing that Decker gets out of him is stuff we just learned in the previous scene in Midian, which is he asks him can they die? He's like, yeah, but like some things can't kill them. Some things do kill them. So some people can't handle sunlight, but other people can't handle knives. Some people can't handle bullets, whatever.
But we literally had that exact dialogue, almost line for line, like not but one scene prior.
Okay, so Lori is still here in Midian. She's getting to know Rachel and Babette.
Well, yeah, Rachel. I mean, I like this that, Rachel, one biblical name, she kind of acts as like she's our high priestess to, Lylesburg's high priest here. She's a little more like, I don't know, I go with my guts, man. I'm not here to enforce rules.
Yeah.
But I know all the rules. And this girl did us a solid. So we owe her kind of a life for a life, and she sticks to it.
Yeah, and she also is kind of giving Lori the kind of the what for about being essentially a marginalized community. And she's like, you despise us, but you love us.
Yeah.
Which is, that's the cry of every marginalized community, whether you are black or gay or an immigrant or what have you. And it's like, wow, you really do, for somebody who kind of hates us wholesale, you sure do love our music or our catchphrases or our attitude or our style.
Or we just take up a lot of mental and emotional real estate in your lives.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't have us, it's almost like you would turn on yourselves and eat your own. So you need us.
And to kind of prove her point, when she says, you envy us, and whatever you envy, hashtag not all naturals, but you in general, not you, Lori, but but what you envy, you destroy. And she says, Babette, show her the past. And then suddenly we're getting a flashback of Christians just
oh my God,
raping, pillaging, burning down, putting heads on pikes, shit like that.
Which I love that's like, I don't know who said it, but it was commented that this was one of the best X-Men movies ever made.
Yeah, it is.
But it really is. It's like, here's a collection of mutants with various diverse powers that are fighting for survival just to live and breathe.
Yeah.
Because that cute little girl right there, she'll fuck you up the worst. Because she'll show you the truth.
Yeah.
She also turns into Mac and me if she touches the sun. There's that as well.
But Lori still can't get to Boone because Boone is talking to Timothy Baphomet.
Yeah. Like he has to go commune with the god, I guess, in a very closed door sort of situation.
Yeah, it's in the tabernacle, and Lylesburg's like, you're not getting down there. Protocol or not, you can't get in there. That's just also the berserkers.
We put our monsters around that place.
Decker, after killing this gas station attendant and all of this, he goes to talk to Detective Joyce. And he's like, hey, found Boone. He's alive. He just didn't die. He's killed again. He's up in Midian. And then we get introduced to the chief of police of Sheerness, Alberta, who's just like a local police chief or sergeant or whatever.
Oh, he's John Wayne.
He's totally John Wayne.
He's General Patton, John Wayne, fucking apple pie rolled into one.
Yeah. He's like, nah, you boys, this is my jurisdiction.
Boss Hog. He's Boss Hog.
He's Boss Hog, yeah. We're gonna get a bunch of fucking militia posse style bullshit happening very soon down at Midian.
Well, because we have Detective Joyce, who is like good cop. I'm trying to work within the system, man.
Yeah.
But in the face of good cop, Boss Hog General Patton shows up and kind of, I think in the military they call them was it table rappers or ring? When they sort of knock that ring on the table to display dominance. Because only you got a big swinging dick over here who kind of is like, no, we have a way to handle this, and it's going to involve a montage of us preparing our guns and a whole bunch of rednecks.
Yeah.
Get us a posse.
Hosers. A bunch of hosers in their pickup trucks. They, yeah, it's interesting because Detective Joyce is kind of good cop. I mean, he's shitty cop, but like as a good guy, like he's trying.
He's worn down.
He's worn down. He's absolutely ineffective and almost like terrible at his job for his lack of effectiveness, like the way he lets Decker in. There's a moment later where he watches this redneck chief from rural Alberta basically lead to the death of Boston Terrier guy who gets in the sun and starts melting. And that guy starts to reach for Detective Joyce's shoe of like, please help, I haven't done anything. And Detective Joyce just pulls his shoe away.
Yeah.
And I don't know any intention put into this movie in casting, but there is one black man in this whole film, and he is playing Detective Joyce. And I find it really interesting that this movie, I don't think, seems to be having a conversation with what it means to be black and a cop and witnessing police brutality on a marginalized community. It's 1990 and it's white people making a movie, so I don't think they're ready for that dialogue. But I think the sort of the Vietnam a parallel could be made. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, like the sort of Full Metal Jacket, you know, where you're like, listen, like, they're human.
Yeah.
But that dude over there is kill them all, and he's my squad mate, so I guess when he starts, you know, cutting people's ears off, I have to, like, look the other way.
No, it's a great point. I mean, I do think that's the conversation in 1990 we're still having, which is we're 15 years removed from the last American helicopter leaving Saigon. So, well, Lori does find Boone. She makes it all the way to the tabernacle, and there at the Baphomet statue, he kind of pulls
because Rat Boy helps him out, helps her out. He's just a little quirky.
Yeah,
he's not mean. He's just quirky.
Yeah,
he just likes screaming at the top of his lungs. He doesn't mean it.
They kind of pull a Raiders of the Lost Ark sort of thing where he has to tell Lori, don't look at the statue. Don't look at Baphomet.
Yeah. Don't look in its eyes.
Close your eyes. Marion, close your eyes.
Only the penitent will pass.
And she leads him outside. She gets him out of Midian, out into the sunlight. And she's like, we belong together and they don't need you. So they go to find, you know, they're going to go on the run, Cecil. Like,
yeah, sure. They belong to neither world.
Yeah. Well, Decker seems to know where they're staying because
how the fuck does he know
I don't
this?
know, because it seems like he stakes out the one hotel anywhere near Midian.
There's probably is only one motel in Midian.
And it's the Sweetgrass Inn. And yeah, we see a shot of Decker sneaking in and creatively killing this hotel clerk as she finds her other clerk guy dead and another. I don't remember how this plays out, but he's murdering the hotel so he can stage something for them.
Sure.
It's like elaborate for no reason. Rococo, to use your phrase.
Yeah. It's also a lot of assumptions here. And I mean, I kind of like, we're having to assume that because Decker is this like Batman villain level, you know, psycho killer. Like he's like 3 steps ahead all the time. He's sort of the Riddler and, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, I knew you would do this, so I'm going to do this instead. But honestly, if I was on the run from the law and the monsters, dude, I'm sleeping in my fucking truck.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, neither world wants you.
Yeah.
And just because it's a shitty motel does not mean it's not of the world.
Yeah. Well, you know, Decker's plan here, I think, is to show that Boone is still alive and is still murdering people because he's a violent killer.
Yeah. So can he still be a scapegoat? Yeah. Because
he stages a setup where he basically swats them, right? He gets the SWAT team to show up at this hotel, which, you know, Bruce Banner, when he get angry, he turns in green and muscly, and Aaron fucking Boone, when he get angry, he gets tribal tattoos on his face.
He gets little swirls.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my swirls are coming out. I kissed a girl and my swirls got all swirly.
That's right. Oh, see, so you get the cutest little swirls when you get drunk. Yeah.
I was embarrassed about them until my mom told me I was beautiful.
It's not tribal tattoo. I'm thinking of Cocapelli. He gets Cocapelli drawings on his face.
Yeah.
Well, he does get arrested by the police because he's not here to cause trouble.
But he kind of doesn't really put up a fight. He's like, I don't know, fucking take me to jail at this point. At least it's semi-safe in there.
So in the jail, this local chief of police guy beats the shit out of him in his jail cell. He also, it's kind of implied, like they have him like bent over and he starts putting on black gloves. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, which again, a very Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. It's the closet cases that are gonna do the most damage.
Sure.
Because if you can't hug them, you're gonna punch them.
Okay, so we also are going to see that there is a priest, or we learn a reverend in this jail as well. But he's got a priest collar on, which is confusing.
Yeah.
I don't know all of my Protestant denominations.
I don't know. But he's a really sad priest. He's very like, he's kind of a Stephen King priest. He's like, listen, I've seen too much shit. I don't believe in the devil. I'm just tired. People make me tired. He's faithless priest.
And Hoser Chief kind of makes a comment to Detective Joyce saying like, oh, that fucking guy, that Reverend is always fucking, he's drunk all the time.
Of course.
Like he's the town drunk as well as the priest or the Reverend.
But they're like going on a holy crusade, pretty much. So they need a mascot. They need a priest to sort of, as ceremonious, blessing of the troops. And it doesn't fucking matter if the priest believes in God or not. Get me a goddamn priest.
But before they get to that, the captain is like, or the local chief, Hoser cop he just thinks, hey, we caught this mass murderer. And so he's going to hold a press conference to announce, hey, I'm the big swinging dick here. Look at me. I captured this person that the Canadian FBI couldn't pull down or whatever he's trying to suggest here. But he gets a whisper in his ear because the medical examiners are like, whisper, whisper, this man has no pulse.
Oh, fun.
He is alive and has no pulse. And that's when Hoser Cop comes back in and freaks out on Decker. And he's like, what the fuck did you bring me?
Yeah.
Because I've got Walking Dead in my jail now, dude.
How do I fill out the paperwork on this?
Yeah. And I think they just don't get into this, but my guess is he now understands it's all like he knows Midian is a thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't need convincing.
He grew up listening to the rumors, but when you belong to polite society, they're just they have to be just rumors. Until they're not. And then you get your a whole bunch of guys.
Yeah, he doesn't need any reason for the existence of Midian or any proof. He just knows that there's a place we can go and hopefully kick some ass.
Yeah, like we go blow things up legally, sanctioned.
Yeah,
let's do it.
They go out to Midian. They just bust in right away. This is where we have our Boston Terrier guy. They rip out his nipple ring.
How dare you?
Throw him to the ground and beat his ass while the sun is literally killing him.
Yeah.
And then his poor dog has to run off. We don't see the dog again. Hopefully the dog's okay.
Yeah,
does the dog explode? Oh, no, the guy definitely explodes. Yeah.
But it's more like I was sort of locked into the confidence with which the bad good guys operate with. Like, oh, we heard that they hate the sun, so we're going to go 90 minutes before the sun goes down.
Yeah.
But they're like, we're going to, let's put, landmines out in front of the exits because that's where the most amount of innocent citizens will be running. And that's who we like, maximum carnage.
Yeah.
So like, it's very tactically sound.
It's very Vietnam War, right? Like just napalm the whole fucking thing and line it with landmines. And yeah, they're putting tripwire
Good,
everywhere.
bad, let God sort them out.
Yeah, we're getting into a full-on warfare here. We've got a series of action scenes. Like at one point in time, Rachel pops out all naked and like, oh no, I know what it was. That's not in the warfare. They have to go get Boone out of jail. Yeah. So Rachel goes.
Because it's not a war. It's a massacre. Mm-hmm. Like they're going to kill them all. And it's Boone is our sort of, reluctant savior, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a cave drawing with his face on it. So he's the prophesied one.
Well, and we also learned that no one gets to talk to Baphomet except for the high priest. It says, like, so the fact that he went to talk to Baphomet and Baphomet let him leave, that means he's got to be some kind of chosen. So, or maybe Baphomet told him something. So that's where Narcisse and Rachel grab Lori and then go to bust Boone out of jail, which is when Lori, like, shows her tits to a guard.
Jeffrey, she's literally a smoke show.
She is a smoke show.
Because they're like, the cops have locked the door and they're like, oh, let's see you getting through this locked door. Bitch, I'm smoke. So she's like Mystique and Storm, kinda.
Yeah.
And then she kisses I actually really love this. So it's like, but again, her weapons are not aggressive weapons. They're passive weapons. So the fact that she can kind of get in through any little crack and crevy, the fact that she has tits, which baffles the cop.
Sure.
But I love she walks up to him and she says, I don't want to hurt you. And then kisses him. And he sort of falls down dead and exhales smoke.
Yeah.
And what I love about this is that she doesn't want to hurt him. She may kill him, but she doesn't want to hurt him. And I think that's like a pretty, I don't know, just like a really great character thing to have.
So back at the massacre site in Midian, the Reverend Ashbury, is saying to Hoser Chief, hey, I think we've made a terrible mistake. There is no evil here. This is holy ground.
And like, have they started killing people at this point?
Yeah, because they've already dragged what's-his-head out with Nipple Ring, the dog, and burned him in the sun. But they are, who I guess was standing guard. So that's all they've really done. Now they're just setting tripwire and getting ready to, they've got all the rednecks and pickup trucks with assault rifles and shit. There's also a moment out in the staging area outside of Midian that Decker is like, hey, Detective Joyce, I want to show you something. And then just straight up murders him?
Yeah.
All right. I feel like Decker at this point could have just slipped away out of all of this. And none of this is coming back on him. Because the attention is all about Aaron fucking Boone.
I think he is egotistical enough that he wants to be able to lay claim to whatever victory is coming out of this.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to get into full-on...
Braveheart?
Full-on, goddamn Braveheart.
Rob Roy, I don't know. Pick up this piece of plywood that I have broken from a coffin. That's your weapon now. Go into fight. If not for you, then for your children.
Red Predator pops out. Some dude tries to run him over with a car, but then drives that car deep into a pit and falls to his death. Boone has to convince Lylesburg, like, hey, we have to fight.
Yeah.
We're not. You can't be like, can't be a doomer and be like, well, it's all fucked. Who cares? I'm not going to try. The Reverend is just walking around to various monster corpses being like, you're with God now.
Mm-hmm. Keep telling yourself that, buddy.
The perfect lunch combo. That first bite of your favorite sub, followed by ice-cold Pepsi. Add a couple of friends, and now that's next level. Suddenly, the laughs get louder, the stories keep flowing, and the food tastes better. Because Pepsi brings out more flavor, more fun, and more of the moment. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi Zero Sugar today.
Fox News is streaming live on Fox One, bringing you the stories you won't hear anywhere else. Live coverage, sharp analysis, real perspective. Stream now.
In the fight sequence, you see a lot of people getting eaten and beat up and killed. There's one moment where there's the one dude who has the tiny little snake arms that come out.
I know. What the fuck?
What is happening?
It's literally it's Otto from Beetlejuice. Combined with the sandworm.
It's true. It's totally true.
But they're like kind of like little pinchers at the end of them. And he's like, him and his little buddy who seem very the average citizen of Midian. They're like, I don't know, I'm just sort of like fucking around. Wait, maybe, I don't know. He said do we have weapons? He's like, I got weapons inside my body.
Yeah, he's got 2 portholes on his belly and little tentacle arms with pinchers come out. Very, very funny. There's a moment where like Lori saves Babette from falling through a hole. There's a moment where the redneck posse comes, but like Rachel like busts through some dude's chest from behind.
Yeah.
The Reverend at one point in time is so appalled by all this, he tries to stop our Hoser Chief, and that guy, Hoser Chief, basically calls him the F slur and draws a gun on him.
Yeah.
And Boone comes in to save the Reverend from that.
Now, I remember the first time I saw this movie, and even to this time, I don't quite understand the Ashbury story.
I don't either.
Like, one, you can't introduce a character like this 3/4 of the way through the movie. Like, you got, like, it's a little late for that.
Yeah.
But the idea is that he's a sympathetic, pacifist, burnt-out priest who goes along, tries to stop it. Like what you just said. But then, like, later, he's in the Temple of Baphomet, and, like, he's trying to stop something from happening in all the chaos. And he goes to, like, touch the sacred Baphomet juice.
Yeah.
And that turns him into outwardly, like, kind of a mutant.
Yeah.
But then later, he vows vengeance on the monsters of Midian?
Yeah. It's very confusing. I think your point at the start of that is correct, that it's too late to introduce a character this complicated, this complex.
Yeah.
With the complex issues he's going through and dealing with, that it's just the stakes are weird. There's not low or high stakes. It's just the stakes got weird because I lost track of. Yeah. And we know so little about Baphomet as well that, like, whatever his intentions are or what he really wants, we've got a prophecy on the wall that says Boone was coming and that he told Boone, hey, this Midian is going to burn down, but you will start us a new life elsewhere, is essentially it.
He's like Moses. He's monster Moses.
And for the Reverend to, like, touch the Baphomet juice, and then turn Magneto about, I don't know. I don't understand.
And like for me, it's misguided. It's like he's trying to, like he's the pacifist who's like, I say you should stop that. Stop that, I say, and nobody does anything. And then he gets the Baphomet juice, so now he's outwardly ugly like a monster.
Yeah.
But somehow he blames the monster for his own, like, don't put your hand in the fucking blue glowing juice, dude. So now he, for like episode 2 of the comic book, he becomes the one who vows revenge on the people that he was trying to save the previous episode.
We're just missing a character beat for him, or a few character beats for him that kind of set up that was going to be his failing all along, right? So that when he does have this failing, that he turns evil on us at the end, like, oh, yes, it makes sense because he's always been so full of pride, or he's always been susceptible to brainwashing or whatever it is, But like you said, it just, the script is a mess, and it's very confusing. Whatever's happening in front of you seems clear enough, I guess. The big fight, Boone tells Lylesburg, we got to fight, so I'm letting the berserkers out.
Yeah.
Lylesburg just stays in hiding until Hoser Cop comes to shoot him in the head. At which point, Lylesburg's eyes on his cheek all open, which is a cool effect.
Yeah.
But the berserkers kind of clean up.
Honestly, we're just trying to get to the big showdown between Boone and Dr. Decker.
Yes.
Like, that's like the Hollywood movie-ness of this really just wants to get us to this fight sequence.
Yes.
Which,
and this is Decker showing up. Yeah. And Decker shows up, and he's got Narcissus' head on a pike. And he's come to get Boone, and they're on a rope bridge.
It's so Indiana Jones. It's like Indiana Jones with like a little bit of Neverland from Hook.
Yeah.
Like Rufio's going to show up at any moment.
Decker gets Boone in the back with a knife, but fails to remember that we already covered this earlier, which is knives don't kill him.
Also, the fact that he's swinging around a fucking knife on a rope bridge, missing Boone pretty much every third time, and succeeding only in cutting the ropes of the rope bridge that they're standing on.
Hilarious. Boone finally gets him by grabbing a mirror and smashing it over Decker's head, and then stabs him in the gut and chucks him off the ledge.
Well, he's got that knife through him.
That's right. That's right.
So he gets stabbed. He like pulls Decker to him and stabs him with his own knife. The walls of Jericho are tumbling down at this point.
Yeah, but
he hears. Get out of here.
I'd forgotten about this. He hears Baphomet kind of pulling the old Anakin Skywalker. No. So he goes to the Baphomet statue, takes responsibility, and Baphomet is like, "You destroyed our refuge. You have to rebuild. Find me, heal me, save me from my enemies. You are no longer Boone. You are Cabal.
Out into the wilderness you will wander for 40 days and 40 nights."
You're right. This is such an X-Men movie. It's very X-Men. The Reverend touches the Baphomet juice. Laurie and Boone get away. But Laurie he's like, well, good knowing you, girl. I got to go.
Yeah,
and she's
no. I got to lead these people to land of milk and honey here.
And so she just stabs her own gut.
I know.
I'm like, hurry up. You better save my ass. Because I'm bleeding
baby.
out.
That's love.
Oh, you're all I want. You're all I want. And he bites her neck, and she's back, y'all.
Hey. Is she a pretty monster? She's going to be a pretty monster, I bet.
They're going to be, they're both very pretty monsters. She's got a very, she's given real, Moira Kelly energy here.
Yeah.
What was her? Oh, Cutting Edge. That's it. That's our Moira.
Yes. And at this point, Boone, when he sort of embraces his, I'm the new leader of these people. He really does kind of come into his monsterness.
Yeah.
It's not just little swirls anymore. It's his face becomes a little more blocky. A little more monster mash. But in a handsome way.
This is where the hoser cop runs into the Reverend. The Reverend's like, I saw their god and I can smell them and I will track them down. And cop says, take me with you. And Reverend just chokes his ass out.
Yeah.
And now Nightbreed is barn breed. They live in a or night barn. I don't know. They live in a barn.
They're refugees.
Yeah, totally.
Like it's, I think there's a reason why the Jesus story kind of begins in a barn. Mm-hmm. It's like where the people who are not good enough to live in the house have to stay.
The three people we get a close up on are, I wrote down Babette, Fingerbeard, and Bulgeye.
Yep.
Babette's the only name I truly got, but somebody's probably named Fingerbeard.
Yeah, Fingerbeard.
And they're like, who will come for us? One of them says, Cabal. Cabal will come on the next wind. I think Babette says that, actually. The little girl, right?
But Babette, but Cabal is literally like 20 feet outside. Like you can go wave at him. Like he's just over there. But they're already talking about him like he's already mythology.
And then we see Cabal, Aaron fucking Cabal, and Lori posing on the hillside at sundown, and then it transitions into immortalized in a cave painting.
Yeah.
The end. Shall we rate? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Okay, so there's been a couple of different cuts of this movie.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Which, clearly there's been a couple of different cuts because what we were given originally is made of like scraps cobbled together. But I think it's interesting, like in one of them, Evil Ashbury, because he's a monster now, he's been like touched by Baphomet, resurrects Dr. Decker from death.
That's right. I think that was the original theatrical release, that's how the movie ends.
But it was also like an after or mid-credit sequence or something like that.
Well, they released another version where they just took that sequence and put it after the credits.
Sure. Why not?
So it's more of a happy ending, but with a tease for something else.
Which to me is like kind of like an anti-Batman and Robin. Mm-hmm. So now it's like, we're kind of rooting for the X-Men, and we have our sort of crime-fighting duo that's really our vigilante duo of assholes that we know are assholes, but will probably appeal to normal people's sensibilities.
Right.
The end.
I think what's available online is...
I didn't get that ending in the one I watched.
No, the one I think you'll find if you just go get it on Amazon or wherever I got it, standard, is going to be the director's cut. So it's the one that's going to end with this happy ending of, or promising, hopeful ending. Cabal is going to lead the people now. Well, shall we rate this movie?
Yes, let's.
All right. If you are horror squeamish, how approachable is Nightbreed? On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not at all approachable and 10 being very approachable, I would give Nightbreed like 6 out of 10 Boston Red Sox Terriers. I think it's it's got a couple jump scares, and I think kind of early on it feels a little scary. The first dream sequence is really intense,
quite a bit of gore.
And there's quite a bit of like body horror, like body mod. I think the worst of which is the Narcisse carving his face or what have you. But like you said, it doesn't linger on that shit. It's not like the camera doesn't dwell on like organs coming out of bodies. There's no like blood spurty sort of stuff. It's more like it reminds me of the gore from the TV show Hannibal, actually. In that sometimes there's just a still image of something really disturbing looking. But I don't think it's any more like graphic than Hannibal. It's a lot more colorful. It's a lot more comic booky, bizarro. But like it's halfway between like Hannibal and Beetlejuice because it's creative and weird, but kind of sick.
You're like, why is that man feeding these eels? Why is that man look like the Duke from Dune, except he has stubs for legs.
Right.
I don't know. He looks gross. Put him in the movie.
And also because the monsters are really the heroes of the movie.
Yeah.
Decker is our one like big violent villain. In fact, probably the scariest scene is like the most horror scene is him killing that family in the opening.
Yeah.
Act of the movie. So, but I still say 6 out of 10 in terms of approachability. To speak nothing of approachability, Cecil, how do you rate this as a horror film?
As a horror film, that's a tough one. Because again, it's like I like I like all the ingredients that you made your meal with.
Yeah.
But I think you got kind of mixed up in the message of what I'm supposed to take away from this meal a little bit. Is it scary? I think that this, like you said, the psycho killer part of it is actually kind of the scariest part. The second scariest part is the sort of systemic warping of, polite society into being the real monsters, which, okay, that's intellectually scary, I guess. But really, I'm just in it for the cool costumes.
Yeah, the cool special effects. Yeah,
like I'm really in it for the cool makeup, and so for that reason, and a pretty baller Danny Elfman soundtrack. So for that reason, I would say 6 out of 10 handmade finger knives.
Beautiful. Let's figure out what we are going to watch next. You've got a scare die. I have a style die. We will roll those up and see what movie matches those two things. Cecil, on your scare die, if we roll a 1, our next movie's scare is Spirits. 2, Wild Card. 3, Zombie. 4, Family. 5, Vampire. Or 6, Alien.
That's a 3.
Zombie. All right. It's been on this list for 6 weeks. Let's match up your zombie with the style that I roll. If I roll a 1, our next movie has to be horror adjacent. 2, it's got to be a movie that starts with the. 3, it's got to be horror homework, essential horror movie viewing. 4, it has to be not for the squeamish. 5, it needs to be a foreign language film. Or 6, something suburban. All right, let's see what our style is. I got a 6, suburban zombie.
Okay. I can get down with that.
All right. So we wrote down a few on here that could fit that bill. And we also have an account at Letterboxd. We're at Random Horror 9, and you can see every possible die roll on our lists over on Letterboxd. So check that out, and you can go add movies that we might have missed. So let's talk about the ones we wrote down first, and then we'll see what the folks at Letterboxd had to say. Oh, they have a lot. They have a lot.
Oh, it's one of these.
It's one of these. Oh, I do think a lot of them are going to be for a handful of the same movie, though.
Okay, sure.
Okay, some of these just kind of like throwing shit at the wall because I have not seen any of these. One is Soul Station.
I haven't. Yeah, I've not seen it.
Is that suburban? It sounds urban to me.
No, no, because I think it's like out in the suburbs of Seoul.
The suburbs of Seoul.
But you're like in it because it's the train station that leads to Train to Busan.
No, it's not related to Train to Busan, I don't think.
I see. I had always been told that this was a Train to Busan prequel.
Oh, it is based on Train to Busan. You're right. I'm sorry.
Like when Train to Busan kind of picks up, this is so maybe it is urban
because this is
Seoul
animated, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Seoul indicates urban to me. There's the Zack Snyder, Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
No. Night of the Living Dead or Dawn of the Dead?
It's Dawn of the Dead, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, this is. I think Letterboxd might have gotten that one. Yes, which actually I do like the Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead because it is very suburban. Like it's carnage in the suburbs.
Yes, is it still at a mall? I've never seen the Zack Snyder version.
Yes, they do go to a mall.
Okay.
But it's like a 90s mall rather than a 70s mall.
Another one is Paranorman.
I've not seen it.
I've not seen it. It seems very horror adjacent. Looks fun. Seems to be a fan favorite.
Yeah, like a much beloved animated film.
I presume that Paranorman is like kind of a lot of different monsters in the movie. Like it seems to come up on any list when I do animated meets vampire, animated meets evil science, animated meets zombie, or whatever.
Okay.
I have no idea, though. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Hey, another one from the Hopping Vampires, Mr. Vampire.
Listen, they might be called vampires, but they're kind of zombies.
They're zombies. They're 100% zombies.
And Mr. Vampire is it's the most 80s in the most delightful way. Like it is like the spirit of Gremlins is running through this movie.
Okay. Again, don't know anything about Suburban or not.
No, it is definitely Suburban. It's like the 80s kind of like, it has that like, we're all listening to Walkmans and
great.
Wearing our tennis shoes and hopping vampires. Kung Fu.
Here's a Canadian zombie comedy called Fido.
Now, I saw Fido when it first came out.
Okay.
And I remember thinking, oh, what a cool idea. Mm-hmm. It reads very independent film to me.
Yep.
I think it'd be interesting to go back and give it a second look, because I was like, I don't know, everybody's talking about this movie like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but really I think it's just kind of like the beginning of the end of the zombie craze. Like they kind of flooded the market a little bit with zombies for a while there, and by the time Fido came out, I was like, you guys, I'm full. I'm pushing away my plate. So I would like to revisit it.
Okay. And then finally on our list is, I don't even know how to describe this film. The Dead Don't Die. Oh, I know how to describe this film. It's a Jim Jarmusch movie. Yeah.
So it's going to have some like, it's kind of like a weird mashup of, Wes Anderson and horror movies.
Yeah, it's like sleepy Wes Anderson, I would feel like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like, anytime I've watched a Jim Jarmusch film, I enjoy myself immensely.
But it's like this cast is so stacked.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like it's crazy who's in this movie. I mean, again, I missed this one when it came out. I'm
even reading from the bottom of the list of cast. Tom Waits, Selena Gomez, Austin Butler, Carol Kane, RZA, Iggy Pop, Rosie Perez, Danny Glover, Steve Buscemi, Chloe Sevigny, Tilda Swinton, Adam Driver, Bill Murray.
Danny Glover.
Oh, yeah, Danny Glover. Absolutely. I really would love to rewatch this movie because it was bizarre. Okay, well, let's figure out what people on Letterboxd had to say.
All right, we're kicking it off with B. Harps recommends Return of the Living Dead 3. Boy runs away with girl. Girl gets in a motorcycle accident and uses his dad's secret toxin to bring her back to death. It's beautiful and body horror and super fun.
That is fun. Interesting.
Yeah, I think the sort of the Return of the Living Dead series are very, those disaffected youth and their zombie culture. We got a lot of votes for Paranorman. We got a lot of votes for The Dead Don't Die. Mm-hmm. We got a couple votes for Dawn of the Dead.
We got an anti-vote for Dead Don't Die from Cronenberg TA.
I know, right?
It's so dull he would give it an 11 on our squeamish approachability scale.
Yikes. But King and Commenter recommends Lisa Frankenstein, which I've not seen. I'm very curious about. The monster in this film is much more of a zombie than in most movies calling themselves Frankenstein, as it is a single corpse brought back by lightning. Lisa is a social outcast forced to deal with an overly cheerful stepsister, an overly controlling stepmother, and an overly played by Joe Crest father. When a 19th century pianist rises from the grave, she may have found her perfect match. She just needs to find a few missing pieces first.
Interesting. Yeah, I still haven't seen this movie.
It seemed, I've not seen it, but it looks like nobody will go to the prom with me, so I will bring someone back from the dead who doesn't know that I'm a loser at my high school.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Temmie Silver recommends Life After Beth. A young man becomes quite depressed after losing his girlfriend to a lethal snake bite. A few days later at the funeral, he is overjoyed to find she's not actually dead. Definitely not dead. So, zombie by snake bite? Sure.
Okay. Right above that, there is a suggestion from Half-Price Horror, for the Video Dead.
Oh, yeah. So the Video Dead, 1987, is one that I remember seeing the VHS cover at the movie rental store and being like, oh my God, this looks so awesome. But I never rented it.
I mean, it has a 30% rating on Just Watch.
Oh.
It looks crazy. What year is this? 1987. Okay.
But it's one that like would kind of make a really good Megadeth album cover.
Yes.
But a suburban neighborhood is subjected to a pack of zombies conjured by a cursed TV set. And the only way to get rid of them is to confront them with their own undead nature.
Interesting.
Olivia recommends Cockneys versus Zombies.
Okay, sure.
Exactly what it says on the tin. Extremely silly, but from what I remember from watching it a decade ago, some pretty solid scares and gore. That sounds cool. So we, I guess the outskirts of London? I don't know.
Yeah.
Bobby Joe Font recommends Make Out with Violence. Twin brothers spend the summer trying to cope with the reanimated corpse of their friend/crush. They also recommend Dead Girl from 2008. Two teenage boys find a female zombie chained up in an abandoned building and decide to use it as a sex slave.
Oh.
Hilarity ensues.
Oof.
Hot. Aetherios recommends Disney Channel's Zombies. Is this a TV show?
I don't know.
This was a TV show. Decades after an accident at the local power plant results in a zombie outbreak, a town of Small Seabrook receives a court order mandating that zombie students be allowed to attend the high school alongside their human peers. Complications arise when one of the zombies, Zed, tampers with his Z-Band, the device which quells the zombie's hunger for human flesh in order to excel on the football field. Could that be a metaphor for something? It's hard to tell. OK Panic recommends What We Become, 2015, a Danish horror film. Families quarantined in their peaceful suburban home as the deadly flu turns their neighbors into zombies.
Oh,
cool.
Interesting.
Oh my God, the puns in these movie titles. Shoe Fairy recommends Dead and Breakfast, 2005. Finally streaming on Tubi, it is a musical and stars a young Oz Perkins. Okay.
Oh, interesting. Yep.
B Harps recommends also Unhumans, about a group of teens on an extra credit field trip who get thrust into the zombie apocalypse and hide out in an abandoned factory. Okay. Over a Garden Wall recommends Frankenweenie, also an animated film, if I remember right. Using the power of electricity and reanimation, a boy named Victor Frankenstein brings his dog back to life. But when classmates find out about it, they use the same process to bring their pets back too, and it ends up causing mayhem for the town as well. So sort of a pet cemetery.
Okay, great. Sure.
Rhubarb recommends Death Dream or Dead of Night, Bob Clark's second best film of 1974, Black Christmas being hard to top. It's the take on the monkey's paw and the contemporary of the sort of the Vietnam metaphor.
Okay.
Which I've heard that this movie is like kind of a B-side classic. Like
interesting.
Like a hidden gem kind of thing. Let's see here. Vlad Spellbinder recommends, what is this? Splinter from 2008. It takes place in a rural gas station, and the scare is something that takes over bodies, both living and dead, in order to hunt more prey.
Okay.
So sort of a animated corpse, but maybe...
I see, yeah.
Puppeted animated? I don't know. Parasite animated?
Yeah.
And finally, we have Ace Diamond seconding Death Dream and recommending Uncle Sam, 1996. A young boy who idolizes his soldier, Uncle Sam, gets a rude awakening about a cruel person he actually was when Kia Sam reanimates and returns to torment his hometown.
When I wonder if they mistyped an MIA.
Oh,
Sam
yes. I was like, is he driving a Kia?
Yeah, I was like, did he reanimate a Kia? Were Kias around in 1996? Okay, I see.
Okay, so clearly we've, again, like, I think when zombies meet the suburbs, zombies become a metaphor for other things. Mm-hmm. So the question is, like, what other thing do we want to watch a movie about?
So I was trying to lean into, zombie is pretty easy to find in the horror genre, and I thought suburban is a little bit more rare. I mean, it's common, but I don't think it's not as well defined as zombie. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So zombie, you kind of know it when you see it, and suburban is a little shakier. So I was trying to think of which ones of these felt suburban. Paranorman feels small town more than suburban from what I can tell looking at it, but I don't know that for certain. The Video Dead looks very suburban.
Yeah.
If we wanted like kind of another, in the spirit of Nightbreed, practical effects, 80s, goofy sort of thing. If we wanted more serious, one that seems very suburban and very serious is What We Become, which is the quarantined Dutch family or Danish family.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this one.
I don't either.
I've not even seen it. Like, yeah, like, you know, like you can kind of see a few pictures and you're like, okay, I think I get the tone. Yeah, I don't know what the tone is for this one.
No, it looks fierce. And then...
But also, like, Lisa Frankenstein is, like, very... Because isn't that Diablo Cody?
It is Diablo Cody, yeah.
So it's like, I'm going to prom. It's, you know, it's very... John Hughes. Suburban.
Yeah.
But, you know, but Frankenstein-y.
Yeah. Oh, this fucking log line on Just Watch, a coming of rage love story.
Oh my God, the puns. However, I gotta say, the like Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead is awful good.
I feel like that one feels like the most tentpole one to see here, because we've covered Dawn of the Dead, the George A. Romero one, and I think it would be interesting to be able to talk about the Zack Snyder remake, especially if he's going to spend any time in the suburban sort of fixture that Dawn of the Dead does.
Yeah. And it's kind of like what put Zack Snyder sort of on the map. And it was a horror film at a time when horror films were pretty derivative, and, you know, everybody went, whoa. I enjoyed that.
It's also interesting, too, because, you know, in reading the logline, it is set in a mall. And 2004, when that came out, kind of is at the tail end of mall life, whereas in 1978 was at the beginning of indoor mall life.
Yeah.
So it is, I don't know, it's kind of interesting to see both ends of the mall's relevance to daily society.
But then Return of the Living Dead 3 could be a cheesy 80s funny. I think if we're going to do an 80s romp, I'd rather do Video Dead.
Same.
And if we're going to watch a movie with a budget, I'm sorry, The Dead Don't Die, but I heard it was a little boring. I would probably go with with Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, no, The Dead Don't Die is very Jim Jarmusch. It is, I don't, you know, I would agree with Cronenberg TA. It is very horror adjacent.
Yeah.
It's using horror devices, but it's so meta-critical.
Yeah.
That the stakes aren't horrific.
But also, I've always been curious about, where'd you go? Death Dream.
Yeah. That's a VHS one that I've seen the cover for a million times.
It's that dude with the like he's got like his mouth is like stapled. I don't know.
Interesting. I hadn't really thought of it as being suburban is the only thing. But I guess
it's
so.
Sort of, it's like Johnny Comes Home.
Yeah, you're right.
To his nice suburban family, and they're like, oh no, war has fucked him up.
So the question is, do we have enough movies that we would be satisfied with to roll 6, or do we want to say Let's pick two and flip a corner. Do we want to say we're leaning enough toward Dawn of the Dead to say, let's just do that because I think it's one I haven't seen. And I think
it's been long enough that I've seen it that it'll be fresh enough.
And it's a movie we've covered the original, so it's always interesting to be able to have both. So I'm kind of leaning towards doing Dawn of the Dead for that reason, unless you want to make it more random than that.
No, I think that's a good call because looking at the last run of movies, we've not really had a sort of adrenaline horror.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's been Angela Lansbury knitting a thing. It's been you know, a Bible narrative. I think like a soup to nuts.
Yeah.
Like popcorn flick horror film sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Cat People, Dolls, Phantom of the Paradise, The Others, Lair of the White Worm. I guess Final Destination 2 is
It's close. Close.
Mother is spiritually adrenaline inducing, but it's just more like it
just made me sweat because it's just so tense.
But it's not violent. It's Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf violent. Yeah.
But with Adam and Eve.
Yeah, I agree. I would say let's do Dawn of the Dead. Let's see if we can redeem Zack Snyder for some people. And I'm excited to watch this. I might even go back and rewatch the original just for shits and giggles.
Oh, fun. As a refresher.
Well, thank you all for listening, and thank you, Cecil, for talking with me. And if you have thoughts on Nightbreed or ideas for other movies that you would have liked to have seen that are suburban zombie horror films, let us know. We're at Random Horror 9 on Blue Sky, Instagram, and Patreon, and our discussion threads on Patreon are open to the public. You don't have to be a paying member. So watch Dawn of the Dead from 2004 with us this week, and come on back next Tuesday for a new episode. Have a restful night with no evil therapist framing you for murder or nothing. Boo. Random Number Generator Horror Podcast number 9 is hosted by me, Jeffrey Craner, and Cecil Baldwin. Find more of our work on the podcast. Welcome to Night Vale. This show is produced by Night Vale Presents. It is edited by me with music by Cecil and logo by David Baldwin. See original artwork for each episode by David on Instagram. Join us for live streams on Patreon. Watch our recording sessions on YouTube. Chat with us on Blue Sky and contribute to our movie selection process on Letterboxd. We're in all of those places at Random Horror 9. Today's scary story. Your therapist is not who you think he is. He's actually a jade plant. It's weird that you're just now noticing this.
This episode is brought to you by ChatGPT. Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. Have you guys heard about ChatGPT work? It's the new way to use ChatGPT for bigger multi-step projects. And when you need more than just answers, give ChatGPT work access to your apps and files, and it can create real work documents like spreadsheets, slides, and structured reports. Get started at chatgpt.com by selecting work mode, available on Plus and Pro plans.